So this past week we heard that the Labour government, which is the one governing the UK at the moment, led by Prime Minister Keir Starmer, had scrapped digital IDs, and there was a lot of like celebration on the internet, especially on YouTube. I saw lots of videos where it was being said that digital IDs were being scrapped and we should celebrate, and even on Telegram that was mentioned as well. But is this really the case? Should we really be, the UK residents, or the non-conformers in the UK, should they be putting down their guards and celebrating the fact that digital ID has been scrapped? I would say no. This is not the time to be celebrating. This is a time to be even more vigilant, because these guys, the politicians, of which politicians are not really the ones who call the shots. Really, they're just puppets on strings who are doing what they're being told by higher powers. Okay. What I wanted to say about politicians is that they work through deception, because they'll say one thing and do exactly the opposite. There are many. This has been repeated many times in different countries. Before elections, there's what they call a manifesto, which is written by, let's say, both parties, the ruling, government in a country, or the opposition. They'll write a manifesto promising the citizens of whatever country they're in that these are the things that these are our aims that we hope to achieve if we get into government. But most of the time is when they get into government, they don't do those very same things that they've promised to do before the elections. So this has been done many times, but it's interesting that people seem to fall for this deception every single time. They believe what opposition parties say before they get into government, even though these opposition parties renege on those promises. So, but here we see, Keir Starmer and his government are saying that they're scrapping digital IDs, or mandatory digital IDs, and some have pointed out that actually it's the mandatory part that's being scrapped, because remember that Keir Starmer at the end of 2025 had said that digital IDs will be mandatory for those who want to work, and it was said that digital IDs will help to stop illegal immigrants working in the UK, which they say is one of the reasons why there's such a high number of illegal immigrants going to the UK. They say because illegal immigrants are going to the UK to work there illegally, because the pound is a very good currency, and they're going there to work so that they can either do something better for themselves within the UK, or take money back home to where they came from, or send money back to their relatives to make life better for themselves. It was said that that was one of the main reasons why they wanted to bring in digital IDs, but now they're saying they're scrapping them. So I would say, for me personally, this doesn't affect me directly, by the way, because I'm in Zimbabwe, but I know that the agenda is to bring in digital IDs and digital currencies all over the world, and carbon credit systems around the world, in every country. So what's happening in the UK with regards to digital IDs doesn't affect me directly, but my opinion is, I believe this is a deception, that digital IDs are still going to be brought in some other way. For instance, on YouTube, someone actually said in the comment section that digital IDs will still be required anyway for those who want to pay taxes and all this stuff. So it's not being done away with, because the UK is not going to be exempt from digital IDs whilst the rest of the world is pushing or forcing, or doing whatever they can to get their citizens to accept digital IDs. Whilst that's not being done in the UK, that's not going to happen. Digital IDs are going to be forced on citizens all over the world. There will be some who will take them willingly, just like what happened during this pandemic, that there are some sheep who took the poke willingly. And in the non-conformers, there were some non-conformers basically who, when pressure was put on them, eventually took the poke. But there's the 20% who around the world who refused to take it. Similar strategies will be used with regards to digital IDs and anything else that is in plan for the future, which the majority of people do not want to take part in. Is the still normally they'll start by saying it's voluntary, and then eventually the force will be used in different ways. So I believe that right now there are wicked men and women who are sitting down in the UK, formulating plans as to how they can get British citizens who have resisted this agenda of digital IDs, by marching on the streets and signing a petition that had over 3 million signatures. I believe that there are men and women in government who are consulting with each other right now to see how they can still get British citizens to accept digital ID, and it will be done in such a way that eventually most people in the UK will be coerced to get digital IDs if they want to work, or if they want to fly, if they want to have a bank account, all this stuff, similar to what was done during this pandemic. So I don't think this issue is going away. It's not a time to be, going to sleep now thinking everything's okay. We fought against this thing and it's going away. It's not going away. It's going to be it's going to continue. Just even if it continues in the background, it's still going to continue. Just like the whole thing with the vaccines is continuing in the background. There's still some people who are taking the poison darts. They still haven't woken up to the fact that there's actually nothing out there for which you need to be taking a vaccine. Okay, so it will be interesting to see what will happen. I don't want to predict exactly how it's going to happen, but what I know is that the digital IDs, the agenda to push digital IDs on the citizens of the world is not going away. We know that this is kind of going to be linked into the mark of the beast when it comes to the whole issue of buying and selling. So I don't believe it's going away. But so I was just saying it would be interesting to see exactly what the next moves will be in the UK with regards to digital ID, and also what moves are going to be taken to get citizens in different countries in the European Union, in America, in Australia, in New Zealand, and various other parts of the world. I mean, I even heard that I read somewhere that even in Zambia, which is one of our neighboring countries here in Zimbabwe, that the government there wants their citizens to have digital IDs. So it'll be interesting how digital IDs are implemented in various countries, but especially in the UK, since we've seen a lot of resistance to digital IDs. So yeah, let's see what happens. But I believe that Keir Starmer is very crafty. He's not telling the truth. I actually don't believe anything that he says or anything that the authorities say, because they've been caught telling lies so many times now. So let's see what happens. But what I would advise is everyone should be alert and not fall for any manipulation or any tricks that these guys have up their sleeves. Read God's word. Hold on to your freedom and independence, which we basically got at a very high price. Christ died for us that we may be free, and also the reformers and many other people in the past have fought for our freedoms. It's not really I think it's cowardly for us to just give up our freedoms just like that, just so we can work, earn some money, and pay our mortgages and have something to eat. Sometimes it's better to let go of all these things and maintain our freedom and independence, rather than be slaves. And it's actually been said many times. It's better. Someone actually said, let me put it this way. Someone said, I would rather die standing than live on my knees, and that's my position as well. I cherish my freedoms and my God-given rights. I'm not willing to give that up. But let's see what happens in the UK, and let's see what happens around the world with regards to digital IDs. Let me end the video there. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.